one of the most well-known talk show hosts on television. Ellen DeGeneres was embroiled in one of the most significant controversies. She is also someone who, in my opinion, has never really healed. Furthermore, I do think that scandals can be overcome. The majority of people I know have, but Ellen DeGeneres hasn't, since, as you can imagine, the party really starts once you arrive. Yes. Do you understand what I mean? Furthermore, shocking new information about Ellen DeGeneres is continually emerging, even if she is presently rushing about the UK in the Cotswolds, where she lives with her wife. However, before we discuss what has been made public about her today, let's quickly review the events of 2020 that contributed to this woman's demise. Hello everyone, this is Rob Morley, and provide regular and everyday stuff. Let's go right into this video and speak about Ellen DeGeneres' controversy, which led to the demise of her talk program. And it all started in 2020 when she had a visitor on her program who, I like you, of course. I liked you, and you knew it. You've appeared on the show several times, yet you never show up as invited. Yes? Are you certain? Yes. How are you aware? Not in my opinion. Ask everyone. Find out from Jonathan, your producer, that I wasn't present. Why didn't I go? And that alone sparked a straightforward discussion about Ellen and her interactions with famous people. Soon after, crew members started to express dissatisfaction and grievances over treatment during the co-pandemic. They kept filming at Ellen's house. And the main crew members were furious that the senior producers weren't getting back to them. While she was filming at home, here is where it all started for her. After then, accusations about Elon's poisonous working culture started to surface, which eventually led to an inquiry. Following many allegations of a hazardous workplace on the comedy show's set, Warner Bros., the distributor, has hired experts to investigate the allegations. All of this occurred during the summer of 2020. In the email to the workers, Ellen herself did not respond to the critics of the show's poisonous set. And I believe that this was a major problem since she refused to address these issues at all. Because I can't keep up with everything, I've had to rely on other people too. Complete their tasks the way they know how to accomplish them. She stated it in a memo, but obviously some people didn't. Therefore, it's easy for others to read between the lines when you play the shift game when there have been claims of a hazardous workplace that genuinely includes you. This continued over the summer when Twitter launched a campaign to replace Ellen with a hashtag that was trending on the platform. And they wanted several more celebrities to join. They had no desire for Ellen. Ellen was disliked by others and was developing quickly. The reaction grew when celebrities came out in favor of Ellen because when the public starts to see a different side of you, we don't need your wealthy celebrity to try to change their minds. It won't work. In late summer, she then fires 3 producers through Warner Bros. To claim that this was the problem or to try to clean house. But in reality, that wasn't the case. She even finally addressed issues and her reputation as a prickly person in the first episode back. After a year of the entire incident, the investigations, and the PR nightmare, she was left with no option but to terminate her talk show in May 2021 due to the poisonous work environment. She sincerely thought that the problem could have been resolved by sacking the producers, as though she wasn't the issue. She wasn't the source of this chaos and all of this poisoning. It is really astounding and fascinating because Ellen would likely still have her program today if she had seized upon this as soon as possible. However, she chose to hide behind this narrative and kept playing the blame game, which wasn't morally correct. You had a whole year to make this right, and you decided not to. I apologize, but there isn't any more news today. Regards to Ellen have already exploded. Additionally, 5 years after the controversy first surfaced, these fresh allegations of Ellen's destructive conduct have surfaced. A former cameraman has recently come out to claim that the previous host of The Generous Show, Ellen, detested her male employees and was especially annoyed by those who interacted with her wife, Portia de Rossi. In general, we dealt with male workers. According to the former employee, Ellen had 9 stage managers in a single season. As reported by the Daily Mail, we suspected that she simply disliked guys. She disliked men. According to the cameraman, the wife was kind and amiable to everyone who worked on the now canceled talk show. However, a staff member would be in hot water with Ellen if they were ever seen talking to Portia. All you could do was hope and pray that you weren't sitting next to her wife so she wouldn't see you. According to the cameraman, Ellen would deliver a cruel stare known as the Ellen gaze to a specific man, where the comedy would cause her eyes to narrow and her cheekbones to appear to protrude. The worker compared the sight to that of a monarch awaiting her next execution. See? This is a whole different way of looking at Ellen on the television program. She is very intimidating, according to the cameraman. The videographer mentioned Gordon Ramsay, a well-known individual with whom his former employer had a meal. He said that after he criticized the celebrity chef for using rancid meat, the talk show host became irate with her. "Don't let this guy on the show again? You were uninvited as a guest, pretty easily," she said to one of her EPs. Interesting. The most heinous accusation cameraman probably made at this time was that a coworker was reportedly persuaded to postpone his child's surgery, which involved a significant bone marrow transplant. Guys, this was really high up. This individual was asked if they could reschedule the process for Ellen around the Christmas break. The cameraman asserted that the top producer complied with the request, allegiance to the show. The individual was asked whether they could reschedule the treatment for Ellen during the week before Christmas. Imagine putting your child through a potentially fatal treatment merely for Ellen's sake because she doesn't give a damn. There are 9 stage managers that you will encounter. I find it fascinating that the cameraman also mentioned how frightening it is to me when she looks at someone with a haggard appearance, her cheekbones protruding, a look of anger, and, searching for her next execution. And if anything, someone would be exhibiting this type of satanic, hateful energy. I don't think it's implausible that Diddy and Ellen had a close friendship. She even admitted to herself that she would refer to Diddy by names because of things that essentially took place behind closed doors, because you know that the actual party begins as soon as you arrive. Yes, do you understand what I mean? What happened behind the scenes? Ellen would be in a position where she would kill individuals and view them in a very diabolical way if this man is the subject of hundreds of legal actions involving large SA. We still don't know everything there is to know about this woman, everything she has attempted to achieve, including her comedy show on Netflix and her pursuit of a new replacement program in Britain, has essentially failed because she hasn't done it yet. She and her spouse have to live in seclusion. However, this woman has a darker, more profound side that we are just unaware of. Men. I do believe there are many evil things about her behind the scenes, where she would either use people or just generally lack this moral compass when it comes to harming people in any way. Aside from the bullying accusations and the fact that she simply has a very strong ego and wants to use it upon people. Ellen's controversy. She is still being shaken by fresh accusations, though. And since her PR suffers once more, I'm rather certain she's furious about this. Because of all the new tales that are coming out about you, not only from 5 or 6 years ago, the PR firm that she pays on a monthly basis suffers. How would you attempt to dispel these rumors so that you can have another opportunity to host a talk show? Things she sincerely desires to do. I got you. Swear that I won't disappoint you on this significant one. Okay, actually, excellent. There will be blisters on your feet and shoes. She is also quite protective of her wife. Why would you mind if male employees spoke to her? Her wife is a lesbian. What component of control bothers you so much that you feel the urge to exert control over every chess move? I find that to be really intriguing in and of itself. Additionally, I'm attempting to approach it from a psychological standpoint. She was given the greatest role to do so because she was the main talk show host, and I do believe that she has a power trip and wants to dominate others. However, there is a lot of delight in it. If she was also the controlling party in the relationship, I wouldn't be shocked. Alternatively, it may open up new possibilities if the Portia just had trouble leaving at times, or was unable to go at all. However, I firmly think that she has a personality feature that makes her want to control everything and enjoys it very much. She didn't really know what to do, which is why she wasn't really addressing things when everything started to happen soon. Additionally, she felt as though she was losing control of the entire circumstance. And because of the extreme accusations and the terrible working environment at the time, she ultimately did so entirely. However, this account of the videographer who talked to the Daily Mail today is still undoubtedly one of the most terrifying to date. I wanted to remind people about the Ellen DeGeneres story, but I also wanted to bring it up since we're currently talking about fresh accusations. I'll attempt to arrive early. I am making an effort to arrive early. Will you arrive at my party early? I am indeed. When we are talking about a piece of journalism like this, I believe it's necessary to refresh your memory so that you are all still engaged in the discussion. Ellen DeGeneres, even leaving the United States and traveling to the UK because of Trump, is something that I don't believe in. She is worth millions of dollars. Can Trump harm you in any way? You are wealthy enough to defend yourself. Even if you were still living in the United States, your riches would still protect you. Even if you are currently traveling to the UK, I believe. It is an excuse when celebrities say they wish to leave certain nations due to the dictatorship or the rule of the current prime minister or president, because they have enough money to protect themselves and lead opulent lives in which they are unaffected. Why are you going then? What is the true cause? There are several reasons why somebody could depart. I simply don't think that's the case, but I feel that this specific one is easy to use. I'm so sorry. It is my opinion that the president is not the reason why these celebrities are going to the courts, leaving, or traveling to other places. I just don't believe it. I believe there are hidden agendas. Therefore, we consider Ellen's poisoned plate, poisonous work circumstances, toxic work complaints, and toxic work allegations that are being made today. In addition, she left and moved to the UK, as well as all that has transpired with P. Diddy and her connection with him. And when you consider everything, it not only seems related, but it also presents a pretty unfavorable image of this woman. It's crucial that we remain impartial. But other than her numerous affluent celebrity pals defending her, I can't think of anything positive that has essentially been written about her on a regular basis. Furthermore, in my opinion, the affluent have been protecting the rich for hundreds of thousands of years, and it typically occurs as a result of an ulterior goal. Do you see? Ellen DeGeneres is someone who truly fascinates me, her and everything she has experienced and done to others, because even to some people, unless there is a video, it is impossible to imagine her as this terrible, demonic bully of a person to numerous people. However, many of these famous people are not who they seem. There are times when Diddy would sit down and talk about Black achievement, including his honors and his motivating nature. And it was absolutely disastrous to watch the footage of him assaulting Cassie as though it were a jail brawl. It serves as a reminder that these celebrities are quite different from how they portray themselves. In addition to the fact that I do not adore them, in my opinion, most of them are. Guys, please share your opinions about this video with me. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Give this video a high rating. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. If you didn't, I wanted to do something a little different from what I usually do. However, I want to keep creating longer content and also take some kind of in-depth look at recent hot topics because I find them fascinating, particularly the discussion about Ellen DeGeneres, very intriguing. Make a child's operation more convenient. For you, you wanted to move it. These are the most recent accusations made against you, and they are completely untrue. Sign up for the channel. Press that button. It only takes a single click. All you need to do is that. If you would like, please provide a tip. Goes a long distance, and there's a money sign there. Mourad Merali is my name. Please subscribe, and I'll see you all in a future video.